Imagine being a top player in AI, rubbing elbows with the industry giants one year, and then on the verge of financial collapse the next.
Yeah, it's a wild ride.
That's exactly what's happening with Supermicro, a major player in the AI server world.
It really highlights how quickly things can change in this industry, doesn't it?
So Supermicro is facing the very real threat of getting delisted from the stock market.
They are, and you know what? This isn't even their first time in this situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a similar scare back in 2018.
What happened then?
Some accounting irregularities came to light, and they had trouble submitting their financials on time. They managed to bounce back then, but, well, this time the stakes seem even higher.
So what exactly does delisting mean? For those of us who aren't glued to the stock market all day.
Right. Basically, it means their stock would no longer be traded on major exchanges. It makes it much harder to raise money, much harder to
Yeah.
operate.
So this is serious stuff.
Very serious. And what's really fascinating is that just last year, Supermicro's CEO, Charles Liang, was practically Jensen Huang's right-hand man at Computex, remember?
Yeah, I remember those pictures. Seemed like Supermicro was on top of the world.
They even did a 10-for-1 stock split in August, which usually signals confidence and expected growth, right?
Makes this whole situation even more perplexing. So what caused this sudden fall from grace?
Well, things took a turn when Hindenburg Research, a firm known for its, well, aggressive investigative research, published a pretty scathing report.
Hindenburg Research.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the corporate watchdog, right?
Exactly. And they dropped a bombshell accusing Supermicro of, you guessed it, accounting manipulations, really cast a dark cloud over Supermicro's financials.
Okay, so we've got allegations of financial wrongdoing, a potential delisting hanging over their heads, and to make matters even worse, their auditor, Ernst & Young, resigned, citing concerns about the reliability of Supermicro's financial statements.
Yep. All those factors have contributed to this perfect storm. It's quite a mess.
But now, and this is where it gets even more intriguing, NVIDIA, the undisputed king of AI chips, enters the scene.
And they're not just watching from the sidelines either.
No,
No, they are actively using this situation to, well, reshape the entire AI server landscape, taking full advantage of the void left by Supermicro struggles.
it's like a game of chess, isn't it?
Right.
Every move has these ripple effects across the entire board. And NVIDIA, they're thinking several steps ahead, anticipating how each piece will fall into place. So tell me, how exactly is NVIDIA changing the game here?
Well, think of it this way. They hold the keys to the kingdom. Their AI chips are the hottest commodity on the market right now, and everyone wants them desperately. So what they're doing is they're redirecting Supermicro's orders to other manufacturers. Essentially, they're handpicking the winners in this whole shakeup.
Wow, so NVIDIA is literally deciding who thrives and who struggles. It's like they're the puppet master pulling all the strings behind the scenes. So who are these lucky few? Who's earned NVIDIA's favor?
Well, two companies stand out, Gigabyte and ASRock. Gigabyte has actually raised their revenue forecast for 2024 by a huge amount. I'm talking from NT $120 billion to NT $165 billion. That's a massive jump, and it's directly tied to this shift in the AI server market. They're even rushing to implement liquid cooling technology just to keep up with all the demand.
Liquid cooling, huh? Sounds pretty intense.
Oh, it is. They're going all out. And then there's ASRock. They're experiencing record revenue too. And a lot of that is coming from, well, the smaller clients that Supermicro just can't handle anymore. What's interesting is that both Gigabyte and ASRock are known for being really agile, really quick on their feet.
So they can adapt to market changes fast. That's key in the AI world, isn't it?
Absolutely crucial. It's like the classic David and Goliath story, you know? These smaller, nimble players are using their speed and agility to outmaneuver the giant that stumbled. It's quite remarkable. But, you know, there's another side to this coin, too. This success for Gigabyte and ASRock, it comes at a cost. Let's talk about the companies feeling the heat, the casualties, so to speak, from Supermicro's troubles. Who's getting hurt in this AI server war?
Yeah. Who are the companies that are really struggling right now because of all of this?
Well, one that comes to mind immediately is LedTech. They are heavily reliant on Supermicro for their AI business, and this situation puts their entire market share at risk.
So it's not just Supermicro that's feeling the pain, it's everyone connected to them.
Exactly. Think of it like a domino effect. When one domino falls, it triggers a whole chain reaction. And in this case, other companies like Orient Semiconductor Electronics, which handles packaging and testing, Aura's Technology, specializing in thermal management, and Argosy Research, which provides components, they're all feeling the tremors. Facing reduced orders, a lot of uncertainty, it's a real possibility they might have to downsize their AI operations.
It's almost like watching a slow-motion train wreck. You know it's going to be bad, but you can't look away.
Yeah, it's a tough situation all around. But, we've talked about the immediate winners and losers, but what about the long game? What does this shakeup mean for the future of AI hardware? Is NVIDIA's dominance ultimately a good thing or a bad thing? That's the real question.
It is a big question with a lot of implications.
A lot of implications, and we'll dive into that right after the break.
Stick with us.
It's tricky, right? It's kind of like a double-edged sword.
How so?
Well, on the one hand, having a strong leader like NVIDIA can be beneficial.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
They're driving innovation, setting the standards. They kind of create this more unified ecosystem.
So it brings some order to this chaotic world of AI.
Exactly. And that stability can be really valuable in such a rapidly evolving market.
Yeah.
But, and this is the flip side, right? Too much power in the hands of one company. That can be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, definitely. I can see how that could stifle innovation.
That's the risk. It's like having, I don't know, one gardener tending to an entire forest, right? They may have the best intentions, but they can't possibly cater to the needs of every single plant.
And that's what we could be seeing with NVIDIA. They might unintentionally stifle creativity and lead to less diversity in the AI hardware landscape.
Exactly. We could see fewer companies willing to, well, take risks to push the boundaries, and that would ultimately slow down progress.
So what does this mean for our listeners, the people out there who are following this whole AI saga? What should they be paying attention to?
Good question. I'd say keep a close eye on NVIDIA's moves. Are they using this situation to foster a healthier ecosystem? Or are they tightening their grip, consolidating their power? It's a crucial question.
And think about this, right? What happens if AI server designs become too standardized?
Yeah, that's another angle.
Could that limit the development of specialized solutions for different industries? The needs of healthcare are very different from the needs of finance.
For sure. And what about pricing? Fewer players usually means less competition, right? And that could lead to higher costs for everyone down the line.
That's a big one.
It is. And this whole situation with Supermicro, it's a wake-up call for the entire industry, really. It highlights the importance of financial transparency, of strong governance, and of course, the ability to adapt to these rapid market shifts.
Adaptability is key in the AI world.
Absolutely. But, it also raises some fundamental questions about the future of AI hardware. Do we want a centralized system with a single power broker calling all the shots?
Or a decentralized, diverse ecosystem where innovation can truly flourish.
That's the choice we're facing. And the outcome will have massive consequences for the future of AI.
So will Supermicro be able to recover from this? Will NVIDIA use their influence responsibly? Or are we witnessing a power shift that will fundamentally reshape the AI landscape for years to come? These are the questions we want you, the listener, to ponder.
One thing's for sure, this AI world is rarely boring.
And this story is far from over. Buckle up, folks. There are sure to be more twists and turns, unexpected developments down the road. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, understand the forces shaping the future of AI, tech, and finance, hit that subscribe button. We'll be here each week, diving deep into the most important stories, breaking down the complexities, bringing you the insights you need to navigate this crazy world we live in.
Keep those minds curious and those algorithms humming.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
It is a big question, and it's a tough one. This situation with Supermicro, it's really a wake-up call for the entire industry. It shows just how important financial transparency is and strong governance. And of course, the ability to adapt to these sudden market shifts.
Adaptability is key in the AI world for sure.
Absolutely. But, it also raises some fundamental questions about the future of AI hardware. Do we want a centralized system with one power broker calling all the shots?
Or a decentralized, diverse ecosystem where innovation can really thrive?
That's the choice we're facing. And the consequences are huge. It will have a massive impact on the future of AI.
So will Supermicro be able to recover?
Yeah.
Will NVIDIA use their influence responsibly? Or are we seeing a power shift here that will fundamentally reshape the AI landscape for years to come? These are the questions we want you, the listener, to think about.
One thing's for sure, the AI world is rarely boring.
And this story is far from over. There are sure to be more twists and turns, unexpected developments down the road. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, understand the forces shaping the future of AI tech and finance, hit that subscribe button. We'll be here each week, diving deep into the most important stories, breaking down the complexities, bringing you the insights you need to navigate this crazy world we live in.
Keep those minds curious and those algorithms humming.
Thanks for joining us on the